Hey everybody, I'm just gonna do a brief gear overview of what I'm planning on carrying out with me on the trail this year. So, we've got my Osprey backpack. It's a Exos 58. You can remove the brain, but I am going to be carrying the brain with me. I have on here a small thermometer and previous tags from I was on trail in 22, 24, and of course my Peyote trail tag. They're starting to look worth for the wear, but I'm still going to carry them. I've got a Nemo switchback pad, which I'll use as a sit pad, and I'll use it to underneath my inflatable pad. I have the Toaks Titanium 900 milliliter pot. I like the 900 milliliter pot because you can fit a full-size canister inside of it. I also have the BRS 3000T stove and a lighter. And I prefer the torch style lighter, even though it's a little heavier than a Bic, because you can light it even if there's a heavy wind, which sometimes happens. There's the number of times. This is an old version of the 900 milliliter Toaks pot. I bought a new pot for this hike because this one's got a bit of a burn on it, and I didn't want to have to try to clean that. But this is this size fuel canister. Can fit perfectly into a Toaks aluminum pot. The reason you should store your pot, your full fuel canister, some ultralighters will get rid of this plastic piece. It's important to keep it, and it's important to, if you store your pot like this, then the bottom edge will rust inside the pot and you'll have rust in your pot. But if you store it like this, not only does it fit perfectly into the pot, but you won't get any rust. So, it is the Lost Ranger, 15 degree, 3-in-1 sleeping bag. And next I have the Thurston X-Mid tent. And I have the BA Big Agnes Rapides SL. It's a 25-inch wide pad. And with that, I got the flex tail. I have my Lucky poles. I have this right here is my puffy jacket. It's from LL Bean, and when I'm not wearing it, it'll work as a really nice pillow. I have this here is a LL Bean hoodie. I got the hoodie and the coat for Christmas. I have my hat, my summer wear hat, and my winter hat. I'll be carrying both. I have waterproof socks. These heavy wool socks, I only wear them at night in my sleeping bag to keep my feet warm. I've got some gloves. I've got 2 pairs of Darn Tough socks. Actually, I have 3 pairs, but I'm wearing a pair right now. I have 2 pairs of Ninja socks. I have 2 backup batteries. This is headphones that works with my cell phone. I have the battery pack and my drone. I have some USB cords. I have a small pocket knife. I hiked with this last year. It weighs less than 3 ounces for a small neck knife, and it will cut anything I need to cut. I have a Kindle because I love to read. And I think that's everything. Oh, and I've got food. Obviously, my food bag, I have a Kevlar sack. And I have bits and bobs of food. I'm not sure what all I'm going to take. But this right here, I took 12 pounds of sweet potatoes. I mashed them. I blended them with water, and then I dehydrated them. And I'm not sure how well it'll work, but I've got a few bags of that. The rest of my food you'll have to see when we're on trail. I have a Ceanoc water bladder for gathering water. I have a Sawyer filter, which has seen use but is still in good condition. I have a second Ceanoc. This bag I carry on my chest strap so I can drink water while I'm hiking. And then I have a water bladder that I was given by a Army soldier while I was suffering from heat exhaustion last summer, which I'll be carrying because it's useful. Two things I forgot is a rope for hanging my bear bag and a shovel for when I need to dig a cat hole. Another thing I carry is this lightweight, not the scale, but this lightweight pack. It's a Gregory day pack that I got at Trail Days a few years ago. I think I got it in 2022. And it's just basically, it makes for great, if you're moving around town, you need to buy supplies, you don't want to carry your whole pack, you want to leave your pack set up somewhere, you can just carry this down to the grocery store to resupply. You can use it to get water. You can put your water bladders in there if you want to use your hands to get down to a hard to reach water supply. So it's 5 ounces. I like to carry it. I will be carrying, in addition to a spoon, I will be carrying these collapsible chopsticks that I picked up at Trail Days last year. And I will also be carrying this pair of chopsticks, which was given to me by my brother and sister-in-law for Christmas. And they are monogrammed with my trail name on them. So I kind of have to carry them. I like to eat with chopsticks, and chopsticks are incredibly light. So I'm not going to worry about carrying 2 sets of chopsticks. If I lose one or one breaks, whatever. This is probably the weirdest item that I'm going to carry with me on the trail this year. It's made by Victoronics, which is the same company that makes the Swiss Army knife and has for 100+ years. As you may or may not know, I do not have any teeth, which is why I sometimes slur my words. But unfortunately, due to former meth addiction, I have no teeth. So being able to shred things like carrots and sweet potatoes will be helpful. I'm going to be carrying some fresh raw foods on the trail this year. You'll have to wait and see, watch my videos to see what all I'm carrying, what all I end up eating. Some of the things I will be carrying, of course, are the... I didn't make a lot of sweet potatoes. I only made like 6 pounds, so I'll run out of that. But I got peanut butter here. I've got ramen. I love ramen. Got this umami broth, which I can add. It's basically a powder packet, which I can add to food. And it'll make the broth, basically make it like a veggie broth. I got some wasabi powder as a spice. I've got home-style mashed potatoes. If you want to eat home-style mashed potatoes, but you don't like the Idahoan or the Betty Crocker, these don't have any of the chemical taste. They taste actually like real mashed potatoes, slightly plasticky, but that's it. What else have I got in here? Oh, I dehydrated a bottle of hot sauce. I wonder if I can find that. Let's dump out the bag. Alright, let's see here. Somewhere in here. No, that's sweet potato here. It looks like fruit leather, but this is in fact very spicy hot sauce that I dehydrated. What else do I have in here? I found this split pea soup that I will show you. I've got a still picture of it in the package, but it was like a cup, so I dumped the cup, put it into the... And I've got... Oh, this is the umami broth packets that I showed you a minute ago. Although this is a slightly different one. This is a black box instead of the green box. But it's basically just mushrooms and seaweed. I've got bonito flakes, which I can use to add to everything to give me a little more protein. And that's just basically dried. It's only got 2 grams of protein, but it weighs basically nothing. 0.71 ounce for 10 bags. What else am I looking here for? I got this package of rice that I'm going to try out. It's a little heavy, but it's one meal, so I'll carry that. Probably eat that early on in the trail. Oh, this, black bean. So I got black bean and I got a split pea soup. It's the same company, and I'll put a still picture into the, but I'm getting ready for it to go to work. I got 1 or 2 shifts left, and then I'm hitting the trail. I can't wait to get out of here. I'm so ready to be out on the trail. So there's my packed, except for the food bag, which I haven't added. Everything I need is in there. So I don't have smart water bottles in there yet. I do have smart water bottles that are empty and that I'll put on the pack to ship it, but they're in the other room and I don't have them on the pack yet.